God. My apartment. I'm here, I'm safe, I'm alive. Oh my goodness. I'm safe, okay. I got locked out of my apartment. It was like my 3rd day in Paris. Yeah. Crazy, right? That's so me. However, there is beauty in the struggle, right? I definitely learned a lesson. The universe was trying to teach me, girl, listen to your intuition. And I was not listening to it. And then I had to pay the price. Okay, here it goes. So, I moved into my new apartment. It is a studio. It is not big. This is like half of the apartment and the other half is behind the camera. But it's lovely and it's bright and it has skylights and I love it. It's just right for me. I was, you know, faring une promenade, walking around the streets of Paris, you know, just living life, enjoying myself. And I was actually going to hang out with a friend. I got ready and I remember my landlord had left me a couple of cleaning supplies right outside of my door in the hallway. So I thought, okay, let me just grab those and bring them inside just before I leave. Okay, so here's the thing. I have a very special kind of a door. Apparently most doors in Paris are very easy to break into, but there's a special lock on my door and it's also very heavy. So when it shuts, it locks automatically. And my landlord had warned me about this and he told me that it's very expensive to get let back into the apartment. So, and it's also expensive to make a copy of the key. And also my landlord doesn't routinely live in Paris. So I thought, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get a copy of a key made because that's the kind of person that I am. I like to plan for everything. The day before, I had passed the locksmith and I went inside and I said, oh, how much is the key copy? And it is very expensive. It's almost $45, which is crazy, unheard of in the United States where you can pay $2 to get a key copy, right? But to me, $45 was better than paying the 90 euros that it would cost to get my door unlocked if I locked myself out. But I just kept walking thinking, oh, I'll just deal with that like tomorrow. Okay, well, like tomorrow came and here I was. It was 7:30. I didn't have anything. I was completely dressed, so it was kind of like this, but I didn't have my phone, I didn't have my keys, I didn't have anything. I don't know anybody in this neighborhood. The friend, I don't know their number by heart, okay? I had nothing. So I go to my next door neighbor because I hear a TV. And I haven't met any of my neighbors. French people, when you see each other in the hallways, you always say bonjour, bonsoir, because it's polite, okay? That's nice. But generally people aren't just gonna be like, oh, hey, you're new, what's up, how's it going? I was just knocking on his door and I heard the TV. So I thought, okay, you know what? I'm too smart for this. I'm smarter than this, I'm gonna figure this out. So I ran downstairs. I live in a very lively, fun neighborhood. Lots of people around, and right next door there's a restaurant. And I went in and I was like, excusez-moi, j'ai besoin d'aide, est-ce que vous pouvez m'aider? And it's crazy how you can suddenly speak French when your adrenaline's pumping. There was a young man there and the bartender, and the young man was like, sure, what's up? And he was speaking English and he's from Morocco. I was like, I just got locked out of my apartment. I don't have a phone. I need to get a phone so I can call the locksmith. Can you please help me? Because outside of my door on a sticker is the number of the locksmith. He said, yeah, sure, no problem. Okay, so he called the number and the guy didn't answer. And I was like, oh my God. And he's like, oh, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Like, don't worry about it. Just, I'll call him back. So it's like 15 minutes going by and I'm just sitting here like, oh my gosh, I'm late. I'm like, my friend is gonna think I totally stood them up. And I felt really bad about it just because somebody was waiting for me. I just kept anticipating this is going to take how much longer? 15 minutes passes by and I'm like, okay, I can't deal with this. You know, I'm taking things into my own hands. Time to be a woman think, Sonita, think. And then I remembered, oh yeah, there's a locksmith just down the block. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go figure this out. Je vais essayer de parler même le mec avec les clés. Au revoir. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna go try to talk to the dude who has the keys. That's all I could say. So I went down to the locksmith. Thank God he was open, okay? Because everything in Paris closes pretty early. And I explained what happened, and he was like, okay, where do you live? He came. Y'all, it ended up being 100 euros. I talked him down to 100. It was gonna be 120, but it ended up being 100 euros. Plus, I told him I'll buy a copy of a key so that this never happens again. And he said, okay. Oh Lord, y'all, running up and down 6 flights of stairs like 4 or 5 times because he needed more tools. Because like I said, you can't open my door easily and he didn't want to break it. So finally, after an hour, so I'm almost an hour late to meet my friend, he opens the door and I'm inside and I'm like, ah, thank you God. I was so happy to see all of my stuff was still there, and I told the man I would pay him in cash. So I just grabbed my purse, grabbed my phone, ran to the ATM and went back to his shop, paid him, and I was like, I'm gonna come get my key copy on Monday. And so I got my key copy Monday. Okay, so now I have to figure out like where I'm gonna keep the copy, do you know what I'm saying? But I've already thought about it, don't worry, because you know, a couple steps ahead. That happened to me. I ended up spending, never in my life have I had to spend any money to get a locksmith to come open something. So this was the first time that happened to me, and I was so stressed out and I felt so bad, but my friend was super understanding and we ended up having some delicious crepes. But let this be a warning to you. If you have a door like mine, if it closes automatically, don't fret about that 40 euros. Go ahead and get you a key made, a copy, put it somewhere, hide it somewhere so that you don't end up an hour late to meet your friend and spend 100 euro, not including the cost of the key copy. And this is just the first week. Talk to you guys later. Peace. I can't believe it. Thank God.
Love is a condition so powerful. It may be that which holds the stars in the firmament.
That's what I feel in my heart.